to do a quick video here to show some of the issues I'm having with Nina and the nexdome system. And it's taken me a long time to work out what might be happening here and a way to replicate it. But the issue I'm having is that my shutter doesn't control from within Nina, but it does control from within the ASCOM server piece here. And so I can replicate it and I can show you what's happening. And it's very odd. Sometimes I can get it to connect and sometimes I can't. And now I can replicate that behavior. You can see here, I just connect to it. These open and close buttons will work. My shutter is online, it is connected, but you can see here I do not have access to the shutter controls from here. I can rotate, that works fine, but what happens is I get a failure to open and close the shutter all night long if it does this. Now, if I disconnect the dome and I can terminal to this, you can see that it is almost always online. It's really a good connection between the two XPs, which I thought was the issue. And I can see the shutter status and the rotator status, and it always is going to be online. But the problem I'm having is when I connect through nexdome. Now, if I terminal to it like I just did, it will likely connect this time. And when I hit connect, you'll notice it takes a while. It's sitting here, it's thinking. And when this connects, it will work with the shutters. And this is the first time I connect after I've terminaled to it. It always seems to work. I get this delayed behavior, which is good. It means it's going to work. It comes online and you can see my shutter pops on, and these buttons do work. I can actually have in my sequencer shutter commands to open and close. So it only does that after I've terminaled to it. Now, if let's say the next day I disconnect from my dome, and I'll give it a second here just to kind of settle down, and then I'll go ahead and connect again. You can see it connected really quick, and I do not have shutter control. Even though it says it's still initializing, it will take a second to initialize, and it will come online. This ASCOM server piece will open and close, but my Nina shutter will never come back online. And it only does this the second time I connect, or third or fourth. Like I said, if I terminal to it, it will reset. So here you can see I came online. It's not a connectivity between the shutter and rotator issue because these always work. My ASCOM server piece, it's the Nina piece in here that I never get control of now. Okay. I have come in here into the settings and I did try this wait until ready. It didn't make a difference, both of them, whether I restart or not. It never did come online with that. And you can see if I disconnect again and I try to reconnect, it will come on quick, but it never does bring the shutter control back in on Nina. Even though it sits here, it'll start to initialize. Once it does initialize, like I said, these two buttons do work always within the ASCOM server. I just never have control of my shutter. And what's happening is every day, sometime during the day, it will disconnect, and then it won't start up again. I'm running into this issue over and over again. Like I said, it comes online here, still no control. I have this on two domes working, and this is still the same issue. So I know it's not just one dome versus another dome. I'm running version 4.0.1, which is the latest Arduino one off of GitHub. If I disconnect this, again, it doesn't matter how many times I try to connect, I never can get my shutter to work. But if I terminal to it, like I do here, you can see it's online. It's always online. The connection between the two is actually pretty stable. I can do the quick test between the two and verify, and I can run, open and close from within the terminal at all times. So I don't feel that it's a XB issue or the Arduino piece issue. I have a feeling it has to do with something over here on the Nina side. And if I hit connect again now that I've terminaled to it, you can see it takes a little bit longer. It kind of stalls the behavior. It's waiting. This time it will work because I've terminaled to it. So that's how I can replicate it. Hopefully that kind of explains the issue that I'm having. Hopefully there's a resolution to it. Hopefully. Thanks. I'll just see if this actually comes back online like it should. There we go. So it did work, only after a terminal. So hopefully that explains the issue I'm seeing and leads to some kind of resolution. Thanks.